Hello Earthlings, I'm Imani. Today I want to talk about being vegan abroad or being vegan while traveling. So I have been vegan for 4 years now, and I've recently studied abroad in Spain, and a lot of people ask how hard was it to stay vegan while I was traveling and stuff like that. So I kind of wanted to make a video about it because I had similar questions before I left. So I want to say overall, being in Europe and traveling in Europe, it was very easy to be vegan most of the time. I'll kind of talk about each individual city that I visited, my experiences within those cities, and then I'll give a few tips on being vegan in general while traveling. Let's go. Where I lived in Valencia, there were multiple vegan restaurants. There were vegan options in the grocery stores, like vegan meat replacements, vegan cheese replacements, yogurt replacements, soya products everywhere. Coffee shops usually had soy milk or almond milk. So there it was fairly easy, and I think every big city that I visited had vegan options or vegan alternatives. Another city that I visited in Spain was Barcelona, which was even easier to be vegan. There were so many vegan restaurants. People from all around the world live there and visit there. Yeah, that was super easy. Sticking within the Spain area, I also visited Sevilla, which was also awesome. I went with my mom and we went to a couple of vegan restaurants there. I still dream about the cake that I ate in Sevilla. Oh my gosh, it was so good. As well as just the food in general was good. No problems. I was kind of surprised because it's not as big of a city as Valencia or Barcelona, but they did have a lot of options. Ibiza wasn't as vegan friendly as the other Spanish cities, but I did survive. We did cook in our Airbnb, so that was good. That was helpful. Next, I'll talk about Italy. I went to multiple cities in Italy. I went there for spring break, so I spent about 2 weeks traveling around Italy. Italy is pretty easy just because if you order a vegetarian pizza without cheese, it will be vegan because they keep the dough real simple and they don't usually, always ask or look on the menu, but they usually don't put eggs or milk in their pizza dough. So pizza for days without cheese, and pasta, usually safe as well. I ate a lot of penne arrabbiata, which is like spicy penne pasta, and it is fantastic. I should probably make that soon because yeah, that was really good. I was traveling with somebody, so not every restaurant we went to was a vegan restaurant and stuff. But I was fine because I just ordered pasta. But if I did go to the vegan restaurants, I hear that they have a lot of meat alternatives and things like that for other traditional Italian foods. But I didn't really try that there. I ate basically pizza and pasta and wine every day. Caution, just because it's vegan, it does not mean it is super healthy. So maybe don't eat pasta and wine every day. Just saying. Pizza was surprisingly vegan friendly. Maybe it was just the hostel we stayed at, but they had vegan options in their little menu thing that they had, because they had like a cafeteria area within the hostel, vegan English breakfast and vegan pizza and a bunch of stuff. Next, I'll talk about Greece. Greece is really, really good vegan food, especially Athens. Oh my gosh. Go to Athens because they have amazing vegan food. Yeah, stuffed tomatoes are the bomb. Typical traditional Greek dish, but it's almost always vegan. I don't want to say always, but every time that I had it, which was a lot, it was vegan. They also have vegan restaurants. We went to this place called Avocado, so every dish had some sort of avocado in it, and I was in love. I also went to Plakias, which wasn't as vegan friendly because it was like a small city on an island. There were salads, stuffed tomatoes, things like that. The hostel that I stayed at had a kitchen, so I went to the grocery store and I made pretty much all my food there because I stayed there for a week. So I made my food pretty much every single day. I didn't really eat out much there because that was towards like the end of my trip where I was running out of money, so I just cooked everything. The same for Mykonos and Santorini. Talk about Prague. Prague was easy to be vegan because again, it's a big city. There are vegan restaurants. There were like 2 vegan restaurants really close to the hostel I stayed at, and then there was one really good one by the castle, Prague Castle. I think it was just called Vegans or something like that. So good. 10 out of 10 would recommend. For that, I was in Berlin, and Berlin is the vegan capital of Europe, so you will have no problem there. I ate really, really good vegan ice cream. Berlin is like vegan mecca. You gotta go. And they have Vegans, which is entirely vegan grocery store. It's really cool. Check it out. They also have an entirely vegan grocery store in Valencia too, and the lady that runs it in Valencia is super sweet. It was the only place in the whole city where I could find nutritional yeast. Along with the Germany thing, I spent a lot of time in Cologne, as you probably know. Refer to all the vlogs. I'm probably putting them in the cards here. Cologne was easy to be vegan in. There are vegan restaurants there. Plus the grocery stores are very vegan friendly. Even Bonn, which is a smaller city than Cologne, that's like right outside of Cologne, had a lot of vegan options. They even had an ice cream shop that served 5 different vegan flavors, which I was like, what? Honestly, the Western world is becoming very open to veganism and vegan friendly, and I'm very thrilled by it because it just shows that people are really, you know, putting some thought into what they eat nowadays. We're taking over, guys. We're taking over. Paris was like, I don't know, maybe it was just because I was traveling with somebody and so we didn't go to actual vegan restaurants, but I hear that there are vegan restaurants in Paris, but I don't think I went to any. Paris was like okay as far as vegan food goes. Definitely not my favorite. It is possible to find vegan food. They have a Chipotle there, so if that's your last hope, they have Chipotle. London, oh my gosh, London is amazing for vegan food as well. Vegan food everywhere, and just because it's so huge and diverse. So yeah, you have no problems if you go to London. I can't speak for the rest of England. Ireland was okay, not the best, but okay as far as vegan food. They had great beer though. Yeah, I think that's it. That's all the places I visited in Europe and kind of my experiences with eating there. Now for my vegan tips as far as travel goes. Just a disclaimer, I've only traveled around the United States, Mexico, and Europe, so I don't know about the rest of the world, but here's just a few tips. Whether you are transitioning into veganism, or maybe you're just worried, am I gonna be able to eat when I travel? Am I just gonna have to starve? I can't travel because I'm vegan or whatever. Yeah, no, you're fine. My first tip is, get in focus. My first tip is to plan ahead. There are apps such as Happy Cow and things like that. You can look up vegan restaurants in the area, or vegan friendly restaurants or vegetarian restaurants, because even if you go to a vegetarian restaurant, there is a good chance that they're going to have vegan options, because maybe it's just vegetarian because they put cheese on it or something, and then you can just ask no cheese. And then find out where you're staying and the restaurants or grocery stores around that area. Always keep snacks with you. I do this whether I'm traveling or not. I always keep like nuts or a banana or something in my bag with me, so if I get hungry and I can't find anything vegan like right at that moment that I am like starting to get a little hangry, I just have something to snack on until I find something. Before I went to Valencia, I did a week tour of Madrid with my study abroad program, and all of the meals were like pre-planned for us. Well, not all of them, but a lot of them. I kind of had to eat with the group a lot. I didn't have a chance to really go out and eat by myself or like get groceries, because where we were staying, they had breakfast for us and then there was no kitchen or anything. So what saved my life that first week when I wasn't really eating everything that I should have been eating, because I ate a lot of bread and salads, which was like, eh. Like, so it wasn't real food for me. What saved my life was my mom forced me to pack a huge plastic bag full of Cliff Bars and oatmeal packets. And I'm like, thank you, Mother. Thank you so much for making me do that, because those saved my life, and I'm like, I love my maple and brown sugar oatmeal. So when I finally ran out of those, I was really sad because they didn't have the same brand in Spain, like the Quaker Oats, whatever, maple and brown sugar. Like that is my life. Try to get either an Airbnb or a hostel that has a kitchen in it, because for one thing, it'll save you money because you're cooking at least some of your meals and not eating out for every single meal, because that tends to add up, and you know exactly what is going into your food. Look up and save words and phrases like no cheese or without cheese, eggs, you know, things that you don't eat, meat, carne, stuff like that. Just know the words so you can ask them. Big cities, high populated areas, as I said before, are your best bet for finding vegan restaurants and things like that. But mostly everywhere you go, if you go to a grocery store, you will be able to find fruits and vegetables and rice and beans and pasta and all that stuff, vegan staples that you can make. My last tip for vegan travel or vegan study abroad, whatever you're doing, is don't be a dick. Like, don't be that vegan that is like so high and mighty and my food this and this way because I'm vegan and I can't eat this and I can't eat that, so cater to all my needs because the world does not revolve around you, okay? You are a minority. The whole world is not vegan. Just be patient with people because not everybody understands this lifestyle. Not everybody knows about it. Okay, yes, it is more common and yes, more people do know about it and realize like what's going on, but not everyone. So just don't be a dick. Be polite. You are the face of veganism, so don't be a doucher. Just be nice to everyone, as nice as you are to the animals, okay? Alright, thank you for watching this video. If this is helpful, give me a thumbs up and subscribe and ring that bell for me so you know next time I upload and you don't miss it because the YouTube algorithm is really freaking weird as usual. So I don't know if you see these videos pop up in your subscription box. Comment below and let me know if you are taking off on some vegan travel soon and where you're going. I'd love to know. Go follow me on all my social media sites. I'm active on Instagram most of all, so follow me on that. Have a great day and I'll see you in the next one.